It's a baby. It's a heckin' sweet, shy, wholesome baby. You guys want to know how I very first got into My Little Pony? No, not Gen 4. Not even Gen 3. I hadn't seen any of the movies either. It was my Posy toy. Sweet, shy little Posy with her adorable yellow fur and pink mane and tail. I think I found her at a thrift store. Cost only $1.25, but I loved her to pieces. She was always the mother of my other pony toys, the wise but quiet voice of reason. When Gen 4 came out, I instantly recognized Fluttershy, and absolutely melted when she couldn't introduce herself to Twilight, but would talk to Spike for hours on end. As a kid who struggled with social anxiety and always gravitated to the younger kids or pets at a party or gathering, I related hard to little Fluttershy. In fact, there's only one other character that I relate to more, but that's for another video. This reimagining was really tricky, I have to admit. I already love Fluttershy's Gen 4 design and really wouldn't change a thing if I'm honest. But I'm going to do my best to do her justice anyway. I suppose before Dr. Wolf made his video on Flutters, there was a lot of hate going around for her. I never saw any of that, and I'm glad, to be honest. Just as I'm glad that Fluttershy never fully shed her sweet, quiet nature. Again, as someone who does struggle with social anxiety, it really isn't something that you can change at the drop of a hat, or even a 20-minute episode for that matter. Making progress and gaining confidence is always possible, but it's a long and challenging process that still leaves you questioning whether you handled a certain situation the right way, or if you should have stayed quiet when you spoke up for yourself, or if friends that you've made and had for years actually just tolerate your presence because they feel sorry for you. It sucks, and I thank the writers for having a character like this in their cast. It actually helped out not only myself, but I'm sure countless other fans who have felt this exact same way. I wanted to honor this journey in this design. Hopefully it came across. I know perhaps the biggest complaint a lot of people had with MLP Gen 4 was the lack of body diversity in the characters. Artists who drew ponies became burnt out because show style was in huge demand, meaning they were literally drawing the same thing over and over and just changing the hair and color palette. By now, I know you guys know that I love my realistic horse markings, but legit none of the ones I thought would fit Fluttershy actually fit her. They were too loud for such a quiet character, so I couldn't bring myself to incorporate them. Something else I love are Flutter's eyes. They're so unique compared to any pony else and portrayed her personality so well. So there was this dilemma of creating enough differences for this design to be an actual reimagining, and being ridiculously attached to this character. Here's how I did it. With Fluttershy's body type, I implemented aspects of some of the more delicate and, yes, spookier breeds of horse. Not scary, spooky like Halloween, spooky as in easily scared off. The Arabian and the Mawari. I thinned out her legs, I gave her the classic dish profile, and I curved the ears inwards. This not only conveyed her gentle, shy nature, but also added variation and harkened back to her filly design, which was one of my favorites, I've gotta say. Next, I lengthened out her mane and tail even more so than before and lifted the tail. Yes, this makes things look more elegant, but any kind of horse will lift its tail when it's excited or alert. Or, it has to go to the bathroom, but obviously that was not what I was going for here. And even though I gave Flutters more of a demure expression, I wanted to show that she'd likely be ready to bolt off at a moment's notice if something spooked her. Her wings I wanted a little gentler, almost reminiscent of a cherub or angel. I brought them down low to keep the energy relaxed and sweet. I also made them much bigger and fluffier to denote a slow, powerful flyer, rather than something quick in short bursts. If they were spread out, I had imagined them looking very similar to an owl. The streak of teal I couldn't resist. I saw it in her rainbow power design, and it's the color of her super pony costume, and I just had to make it a more permanent part of her. It makes me happy. There's literally no other reasoning for it. I know I usually have 5 changes that I go over, but I really didn't do a lot more to Fluttershy here. She's just a sweet baby, and I would do anything for her. What do you guys think of my reimagining? How would you redesign Fluttershy? Let me know in the comments below. A special thank you to my awesome patrons, Director Shadow, Evan Beck, Ram Digijam, Kira Ledmoon, Rocky Harmony, Sakura the Kirin, and all of my other supporters. You guys are absolutely amazing. Stay fluffy, my friends. See you next time. Sorry this video was so short, you guys. I had been running around in circles like a crazy person, and probably put too much on my plate, and by the time I recorded this, I was exhausted. And dealing with allergies. Yay! So thank you for your patience, and I hope to see you in a much more detailed video next week. Bye!